Hey YouTubers, X Factor here playing some Battlefield 3 Epicenter Conquest over on the Pure Battlefield server. The last couple of days I've been busy with the Battlefield 4 multiplayer coverage, including breaking down all the new toys, mechanics, and dynamics of Battlefield 4. So if you haven't seen it, there's a couple videos on the page if you're curious as to what's new with Battlefield 4. And right out the gate, we're down to one flag, quickly losing D. Now, this is the ultimate of circle jerk maps. There are multiple pushes teams can make that get completely behind you and just circle around. So never rush into D until you set up shop for at least 2 seconds outside the burn. Listen for footsteps. Look at the mini-map. Are there enemies? Are there friendlies? Listen for US voices since I'm playing as RU. Random grenades, muzzle flash, anything you can think of, because D is an absolute meat grinder and a death trap. You always want to fight from the burn and look outward because the spawns are outside of the burn on 95% of the flags in Battlefield 3. Rarely do you spawn in on a burn in Battlefield 3. So if you're fighting, you got to fight your way in. Once you're in, you got to fight and look your way out. At this point, they could be behind us on D. Not certain. But I know this Jeep is stuck and I got places to be. So the question is, do you push A? And is your team holding that backdoor C push? Those are both very important questions, so you'll see me toggle my mini-map zoom a couple times. And this is one of those rounds where just things don't go right. No matter what your squad does or your teammates do, it just doesn't seem to work out. We're flashing A here, but we're already down 30 ticks, and it's going to be one of those rounds where we just take a beating for the most part. I'm not going to go rush and ramble revive those guys because there are bad guys all around me. I'm going to wait until I know I've got them covered and that rubble pile isn't going to shoot me as I cross. Worst thing you can do is assume that there's nobody on the rubble pile and get shot as you cross. There's some sloppy aim because I've been too busy watching Battlefield 4 instead of playing Battlefield 3, and that's an example of those guys getting behind us. I alluded to it a couple seconds ago. This map is so big, there's so many cuts, they can get all the way around you. Now it's time to try to save E. The worst thing is you cough up, you're back 2 caps. Now, what's more important, killing the medic or the support player if nobody's looking at you? Kill the medic, the guy that can revive the easiest. And of course, there's more players here than we anticipated, so we're just going to keep shooting and reloading. And the key is don't reload on an empty mag. Try to reload with at least 1 bolt in the mag because it literally knocks a second or more off your reload depending on the gun that you're using. Now, don't forget, if they take control of E, they can spawn back in that hallway. They can spawn by the pool in this platform, and the Rex bails me out. Our team survives, and we maintain this flag position, but whenever you have to go back for E, you're giving something up. All these guys PTFOing, coming back, they had to come from someplace. They were holding a position, they were pushing a flag, so you typically cough up D. If anything, you give up positions around D, which can create a just domino effect. A is a nice position to hold, but it's something you can't hold on to for long. It's a push position. You want D, you want A, but more importantly, you want to get C and B, especially from this side, because if you can get D and E and make your way to C, if you guard this side of map right now, this upper side, looking towards A, you can absolutely shut them down. So, from RU, you really want E, you want D, and you really want to get to C, but sometimes it's not possible, and you'll see why here. So, whenever you spawn in and you see a grenade, don't block people. Don't stand on it. Just move. As soon as you spawn in, just move. So, look for those big giant orbs and get out of the way because they're gonna kill you. The ones that aren't giant orbs are friendly grenades. They're not gonna do anything to you unless you're playing hardcore. So, just like Chivalry, if you're in trouble, sit back, heal up, and you're gonna see me toggle the mini-map right here to split second, right there. I'm trying to figure out, do we have a C push going on? Do we have an A push going on? Are we giving up a C lane? Are there a bunch of dead bodies over there? Am I gonna get flooded from the right? Do I need to go mid? So I'm literally trying to figure this out, and guess what? Our C push, our B push is falling apart, and now I got to play super defensive because the last thing I want to do is run out there and get my head shot off. And obviously I'm paying attention to some of the community members. Hey, are you recording? And after that grenade kill, I said, hey, please don't block. If you see an aid, that's a good idea to get out of the way because chat's about to get spicy. Go down. People are all over E again. So we recover E down to 91 tickets because nothing really went on, and we're going to try to make this push again. But this is that C push that can be really hard sometimes because if they expect it, they're going to be set up. This is 64 man. There's at least 3 or 4 guys on each side of this, including at the top of the stairwell and in the cubbies or stores. So this can be a nightmare. At this point, you look at your numbers and say, hey, maybe I should just defend this. Keep them from pushing E. Pushing isn't always the best answer. Sometimes defending, hoping that your team pushes from the other side of the map, either up that A left alley or in mid. So don't think, hey, I got to keep pushing flags. I got to keep pushing flags. If you're one of 2 guys and you see 5 or 6 guys and the odds are stacked against you, the best thing for you and your team might just be to sit back and play defensive, because the last thing you want to do is lose this position to 2 or 3 friendlies here and get all the way pushed to E and wedged into 1 flag. This is one of those maps where if you get wedged into 1 flag, good luck getting out, because again, there's so many alleys and cubbies, they can literally surround you from every single angle, and you will get shot in the face trying to cross a 15-foot wide street or make it to a dumpster that's 12 feet in front of you to try to progress. So D-splashing, we're contesting A again, and the thought process is still the same. Vary my positioning, because at this point in time, I've killed the same people over and over again. They're saying, hey, wait a minute, X-Factor killed me from this left cubby. Let's pre-fire that. Let's push it with 2 or 3 people. Because on Pure Battlefield, it's a community-based server and TeamSpeak, and they can all be in the same channel at the push of a button, because Battlefield 3 works in conjunction with their TeamSpeak with the plugin. It's pretty cool, actually. I've jumped on there a couple times in the past, and it's neat how it automatically arranges you in an in-game command. So vary things up when you're on servers, or if you're playing against clan members or guys that have the same tag. They're probably talking to each other, so you got to give them different looks, or you're just going to get pre-fired, suppressed, spammed, and just rushed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this round of Epicenter Conquest and maybe picked up a couple things that you might be able to utilize. And at the end of the day, this round could have gone much worse. We easily could have been base capped, because that is a common theme on this map specifically. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them below. And don't forget to check out the Battlefield 4 footage that I've been covering the last couple days. I'm pretty excited about the game. Spectate mode is back. VoIP is in for PC. Consoles next gen have 64 players. There is some pretty epic stuff coming down the pipeline, including a whole new suppression dynamic. Recons can have C4, Pokeballs. Guns can have multiple scopes on it. It is absolutely bonkers. As always, YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care.